It's been a week since a Supreme Court draft opinion possibly overturning Roe v. Wade was leaked. Local leaders are now unraveling the effects of taking away abortion care.
KREM 2's Jeanette shares more on the potential implications of overturning that landmark ruling.
The YWCA Spokane says overturning Roe v. Wade is a domestic violence issue, a health issue, and an economic issue. I sat down with the CEO of the local organization to break down the impacts of this possible overturning and what effects we could see here in Spokane. When you walk into the YWCA Spokane, one of the first things you see is a portrait of Ruth Bader Ginsburg as a representation of justice. Justice is one of the organization's 4 pillars for empowering women and supporting communities. A statement from YWCA USA in response to the draft opinion states in part, quote, "For more than 50 years, YWCA USA has supported the reproductive freedom of all people to make fundamental decisions about whether and when to have children," end quote. YWCA Spokane CEO Jeanette Hauck says the economic impact of taking away abortion access goes beyond just the person seeking care.
If we don't have choice as to when and how we have children, the economic impacts can be very devastating at the individual level and then to our community.
According to the YWCA Spokane, 80% of their clients are at or below the poverty line. Hauck says most people seeking abortions do so for financial insecurities. And she says limiting abortion access sets women back from being active members of the workforce.
3 out of 4 women who are seeking an abortion are doing so because they feel they can't afford to care for a child. 6 months after being denied an abortion, women are 3 times more likely to become unemployed.
If Roe v. Wade is overturned, Planned Parenthood of Greater Washington and North Idaho says Washington state could see a 385% increase in patients seeking abortions, as neighboring states like Idaho would ban the practice. Hauck says in addition to increased stress on healthcare systems, daycare facilities could also be overwhelmed.
The ability to find affordable daycare right now is at a critical point in Spokane. There isn't enough, and where there is childcare, there are waiting lists.
Hauck says forcing these financial situations could also double down on the hardships people are already experiencing from the pandemic. Last Tuesday, Planned Parenthood encouraged supporters of choice to rally outside of their local courthouses. May 14th, Rallies for Choice will be happening again across the U.S. A rally in Spokane is scheduled for next Saturday outside the Red Wagon at 5 p.m. Jeanette Finch, KREM 2 News.